What up, guys? It's Bananaowns here, bringing you part 31 of my Skyward Sword Let's Play. And in this episode, we start playing the Ancient Cistern, which is my favorite dungeon of the game. The dungeon is basically the water dungeon of Skyward Sword, and unlike most water dungeons, this one's is fucking not hard, and it's really fun. Not like I didn't have fun in the other water dungeons in Zelda games, but typically, Zelda water dungeons tend to be very difficult, and this one was not the case, but I imagine it's not so because it is a Skyward Sword dungeon as well, which these aren't very difficult at all compared to past Zelda games especially. So we enter in this area here, and this whole dungeon is really cool. It's like this Buddhist design and motif, and I really enjoyed it, the way it was designed, especially since it's like the Buddhist, I think, like heaven and hell. I'm pretty sure I got that whole thing wrong, but the way it's designed is that there's a little center structure, and then there's a basement area, and then there's even a higher area, which, according to my knowledge, represents the Buddhist sensibility of some sort of afterlife. I'm not an expert in religion, so... Well, I'm in a religion class right now, but that's like Western religions, not Eastern religions, so I'm not going to act like I know what I'm doing. So anyway, in the video here, I just grabbed those 200 rupees because I needed some money, and rupees are always good. So, and then, like, it really helps. What you're supposed to do is look around this whole area, and it'll tell you what order you have to open up a certain door in. And that's really cool and all, but considering that I kind of already knew what the order was, and I just looked it up quickly, because there's a door again in this dungeon where you have to, well, not again, but this is the first freaking, oh god, what was it called? I don't know. Okay, now we're back. I had to do a quick edit right there because I realized that I stood still for a really long time, and it was really awkward. Okay, so this dungeon is a really great Zelda dungeon. I really enjoyed it. I was just reading a dungeon review from ZeldaDungeon.net. One of their main writers there, well, one of their main guys on the site there is writing a current series where he evaluates and does like reviews of dungeons, and he didn't really like this one too much, which is kind of a shame because this is like my favorite one of this game. It's about midway through the game, so it's really a shame that my favorite dungeon is like so far away from the end, but hey, whatever. Okay, so as you see, there's another little puzzle mechanic right there, is the lily pads, and if you fall on them, they overturn, and obviously you can tell that they're used to block entrances and such, and are using puzzle mechanics like that. So let me just fuck up some spiders here. Fucking spiders, fucking cunts. Fucking finishing blow! That's for the people in that movie Arachnophobia. Yeah. That's right. Take that. Okay, so it's up, down, left, right. That's a little code thing. That's where that little pause there was. I was looking up what the code was for the door, because I forgot to I forgot to actually read the stuff, so I didn't want to really actually have to figure it out. Okay, so there's another little lily pad room with some spiders, and all you do is just fucking beetle them. Beetle the web, and you take out the web, and it's really fucking easy. And I just fuck up right there, and I don't have an excuse for it, but let me go up these vines right here. And we're going to pick up a little bit of a treasure. So, got an amber relic. I don't use the crafting system that much, but I seem to go out of my way to pick up relics and stuff sometimes, so it's really weird to me, I guess, but whatever. At some point, I think the only thing I really upgrade is the bow in this game. I don't really upgrade anything else, and I don't really know why. Well, the shield I don't really bother with because you get the Hylian shield very late in the game, but I don't bother upgrading my other shields just because I'm going to get the Highland Shield, which is really important. Well, not really important, but it makes the whole last boss battles like a lot easier. So that's why it's good to get those. Okay, so anyway, as you can tell, there's a lot of like swimming and knocking over lily pads and such, and it's really easy to kind of get, I think, lost in this dungeon, or to get confused. This is the first dungeon of the game that I really like took a long time beating when I first played it, just because like the puzzles are actually really difficult. It wasn't just like stupid moments where I was getting stuck. It was actually like I had to think. So I really enjoyed that. And just overall, this dungeon, just because I think the basement area makes it one of my favorite Zelda dungeons, because it's so different to other Zelda dungeons. Well, it reminds me a lot of the Shadow Temple from Ocarina of Time, just because of its dark motif. But I think my only real complaint I have with it is that the basement area, you're not in that whole area for a very long time. It's very short, and it feels like they had the Nintendo had a lot more planned for that area that got cut out, maybe due to time constraints. So I'm not too sure, but what we do get is very cool, and has a very interesting take on the enemies. There's like these zombie Boku Boblins, which you have to kill with a finishing blow, because you can't finish them with like normal sword strikes, which is really cool, and it really adds like a sense of panic. So I should probably talk about where I am recording so far for gameplay wise. I'm churning out these videos 6 at a time, or 6 per week, but I am recorded up to the Fire Sanctuary for gameplay wise. So I still have to do the Fire Sanctuary, and then the whole like Song of the Hero, and then more side quests, and then yeah, I think, and then after about that, we're gonna get to final boss time, and it's gonna be cool. So there's a lot of side quests I still haven't done yet, and I did a lot of them right before I started doing the Fire Sanctuary. I do a lot of them, like maybe like a few of them before I do the Sand Ship, but there's a lot there of side quest action right before the Fire Sanctuary. So when those videos come out in like a few weeks' time, and so what I'm saying is probably right before the Fire Sanctuary, right after the Sand Ship, that might actually be a whole week of just side quest videos alone. I'm not too sure yet. It just depends on how much I get done. Anyways, this is a really good mini boss. This is one of my favorite mini bosses, just due to how hard he is. It's like it's a special Staphos that has 4 limbs, so you have to really plan your sword strikes and really get good. So like I didn't use the tactics too well in this playthrough. I mostly just avoid them, but it didn't pay off too well. I get my ass handed to me. But if you can time your shield when he does his sword slash, you can knock all of his arms off and get in a few good hits, which is really cool, and it really helps. And when the Staphos does, it looks like he preps for an attack right there, you can actually thrust in and get some hits as well. But I'm kind of getting my shit rock, so you see I'm going around here getting hearts from the skulls, which I really needed. So let me just continue fighting this guy. Let's see here, missed. Oh, fucking Wiimote. Okay, there we go. There's a few attacks. You just gotta watch out, because he does. I keep getting hit by his last little sword strike there. Just fuck that guy. And I'm getting a little impatient right now. Okay, let's see here. There we go. Okay, you see, I took off his helmet. When he loses his helmet, he doesn't have a lot of health left. So just plan accordingly, and be careful. Still, you don't want to die like me. But I didn't die, so I managed to finish him out. But I was getting my shit rocked still. So it's void. There's that last one. Oh my god, I'm gonna croak. I'm gonna croak like Kermit the Frog, because he's a frog. Get it? Yay! I end up like taking the bitch method out and using the red potion, but that's why we have him, kids. Let's see, avoiding him. Okay, I'm gonna get this fucker. There we go. See, I used my red potion when he was one hit away. That's actually really funny. I don't think I buy another red potion for a while, actually. But that just shows you. It's pretty cool. So, beating the little mini boss here, you get the item of this dungeon, which is the whip, and it's really cool. But that about concludes this part of the video, well, this video. So, see you later, guys. Stay tuned for more Ancient Cistern.